Treated.
The Mesquite Falcons will take over at their own 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Just starting the second quarter of play, and they are already in the hole, 28-zip. Give is straight ahead to the first man through. Alexander Ovalis, the ball carrier, number 1. He gets a couple. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Well, the Mesquite Falcons desperately need to get something going now.
The quarterback is Jacques March. He was inserted in the place of Reggie Johnson in the first quarter. I won't even get the play off, as I believe they probably took too long.
Delay a game on blue.
Well, Mesquite's just killing himself with these penalties. They're just unnecessary penalties that are bringing them backwards instead of forwards. And Rampage really don't even have to be out there for that game. If they're going to play that game, they need not have any defense out there.
It sets up Mesquite for 2nd down.
False start on the offense, number 95.
Back-to-back motion penalties against Mesquite, and here again the mental miscues are driving them backwards. The ball is spotted at the 25-yard line. The line to make is the 43, so 2nd down and 18 coming up. We'll see if 3rd time's a charm here on this 2nd down play for the Mesquite Falcons. A 3 wide receiver package. A handoff coming near side.
Well, that just story of the game right there, the way the Texas Rampage are dominating. They got great penetration off the line. I thought there was going to be a flag called, but evidently he beat the snap. The snap beat him anyway, and they just swarmed the ball runner.
Big James Walton. Well, he's showing off his size, his strength, and his quickness. Great athletic ability at that defensive end position. We're only a minute and a half into the second quarter of play, and Mesquite has burned what I believe is its final timeout. It is indeed the last timeout of the first half for Mesquite. I'm not so sure that was such a good idea to take that timeout. Nevertheless, I'll seize this opportunity to remind you of the fine sponsors of the Texas Rampage. They include Classic Touch Car Wash in Mesquite, at Trinity Mills and Dickerson. Play It Again Sports in Carrollton on Trinity Mills Road. It's at Trinity Mills in Midway. Carrollton Computers and Cellular. And lest we forget the Isoplex Skating Rink.
Over on the sideline of the Texas Rampage,
I imagine that would have to be a pretty loose atmosphere, and I believe it is there. You see Shea Fanning, number 50. All smiles, and why not? 28 zip, and he's a big part of it. He had that big fumble return for a touchdown. You see Fanning there kind of relaxing on the sideline there with the helmet off. So he is not in for this defensive series for the Texas Rampage, and I don't know, maybe his night is over already.
Well, some of these players, with the temperature right now, it's getting kind of cool, would rather be in to keep running around, keep themselves warm.
Toss going far sideline.
Well, he ran about 50 yards and only gained maybe 1.
Dwayne Edwards. A lot of that running indeed east-west. They're going to spot him down at the 17-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and 26. Clock is moving with just under 13 minutes to go until the half. Brett Bankston lined up in punt formation.
It's a little cold for these punters to go with the barefoot kick tonight.
Bankston, a problem with the snap taken by Smith. Now he has a problem fielding the ball, and it's out of bounds, but still great field position. The Texas Rampage will set up shop at the 48-yard line of Mesquite.
Well, we'll see if McDade goes to the air any more this series.
And we'll see if we even see McDade, and we do. It's back onto the field.
Well, I'm sure the coach wants to see a little bit more of him, get his passing game down a little bit, and warm him up a little bit. I'm sure probably by the second half, if the score keeps going the way it's going, McDade will probably come out and they'll put the second string back in.
He turns in a quick give to Kelly Yancey. Yancey, plenty of room to run, far sideline, taken down at about the 20.
Well, the Rampage are just blowing the Mesquite Falcons off the line. Huge hole there. I've never seen a hole that big for someone that small to run through.
There you see Yancey after the big run, 28 yards. He'll come out. He'll get a chance to get some air. Meantime, the big man, Ed Canty, checks in, number 3. He's lined up behind McDade, who rolls out. Fires downfield. The wall is complete at the 10. It's going to be very close to first down yardage. We'll check the spot.
Great ability of McDade to get that ball off. Running to the right, throwing back to his left.
Will indeed be first down for the Texas Rampage, and now first and goal from the 10. Clock stopped with 11:30 to go. It's Canty again behind McDade. Turn and give it to the big man. He lumbers ahead, fighting, stumbling, bumbling, near the goal line.
I think he dragged the entire team of the Mesquite Falcons down to the 1-yard line.
Boy, oh boy. Mentioned Canty, 5'11", 250. That'd be like trying to stop a semi.
Yeah, I'll stay away from those. How much you want to bet he gives it to Canty again?
He should give it to Canty again after a punishing run like that. Canty deserves to punch it in. Second and goal. The big man is in. A little bit of jubilation there on the part of Canty.
You just see how big he is. That 3 is supposed to be midway between his stomach and his chest, and it's nowhere near.
Canty attended Livingston College. Cipriano's extra point is good. 10:36 to go, first half. Texas is rampaging Mesquite 35-0. And we'll be back with more from Standridge Stadium right after this. Hey, Dave. Yeah. Hey, Dave, are you there? Okay. Talk to your cameraman here over on the north side of the stadium. See if he can get the Colony drill team up here in our booth for an interview. Back at Standridge Stadium here. It has been all Texas Rampage. Texas Rampage, really no pressure at all. They won their last 2 games via the forfeiture. Tonight's game only an exhibition, and what an exhibition it is, mostly put on by the Texas Rampage.
Well, the best place you really play in are the games that really have no pressure. You see the Mesquite Falcons having a decent return there. But the ones you come into, that you really don't need to win, the ones you usually play the best in, because there's no pressure and you're relaxed and you really can concentrate on what you're doing rather than what the other team is doing.
There is an injured member of the Mesquite Falcons down on the field, and this is not what you like to see.
Do they have any members left?
Yeah, they didn't dress very many to begin with, and a couple have been shaken up already. You especially don't like to see it in a game that pretty much means nothing. We mentioned this is just an exhibition for the Texas Rampage. Mesquite is not even in the same league with the Texas Rampage.
Speaking of the Rampage League, the Panthers the Arlington Panthers are undefeated and they're 7-0, but behind them there are 5 teams that are within 1 game of each other. Basically, we've got a couple 4-3 teams, and then right behind them 2 more 3-4 teams. So it's a pretty good race in this this Gulf Division for second place. That's why we said earlier that even if the Rampage, even that they do get this game in a forfeit, it's still not a clincher that they will make the playoffs.
So it looks like we should be ready for football here once again. 10:25 to go until the half. The Mesquite Falcons start from their own 16-yard line. And some of the players getting antsy.
Once again, the Mesquite Falcons moving backwards even though they're on offense.
Illegal procedure once again against Mesquite. Texas Rampage lead 35-0. We're not even 5 minutes into the second quarter yet. There you see the quarterback, Jacques March, number 7. Delayed give near side to Jordan. Looks like he gets back close to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, as soon as he crossed that line of scrimmage, Freddie Knight just basically stood him up. He got past him a little bit, but Freddie Knight was there. When you see a big old Freddie Knight, 6'2", 230 pounds, standing right in front of you, it doesn't matter how big you are, you're going to be a little bit frightened.
A 3-yard gain for Jordan. It'll be second down and about 12 or 13. March, back to pass. He won't get it off. Intercepted, and now they rule incomplete. 56 James Walton thought he had the INT.
Well, that was close to being a fumble. He got his arm going forward just in time. But the Rampage defense was there, and they knocked his arm out from underneath the ball.
So with the incompletion, 3rd and 13, facing the Mesquite Falcons. March, straight up the middle. A quarterback sneak on 3rd and 13. So time to pull out all the stops, I guess.
I guess so. I don't really understand that play, except for the fact that they really have nothing else going for them.
Fourth and 12 now for Mesquite. Brett Bankston lined up in punt formation. Kick is high but short. Jason Smith fields it at about his own 45. Shakes a tackler, 2 spins, comes to the near side. He's got a blocker there.
He's going in.
One man to beat. It's the kicker, and he shoves him out of the way, and he's in the end zone.
That kicker's seeing stars right now. I don't know how Jason Smith he wove in and out of like 3 or 4 players, and I thought he was going down. And not only did he take the kicker out, but some of the other players took him out in the end zone.
The second return of a punt for a touchdown by Jason Smith. The first one, he actually combined with Jimmy Hooker on the return as Hooker caught the ball. Ran around with it for a while. The lateral to Smith, who took it the rest of the way. This time Smith does it by himself but not alone, as he got a great block over on the near sideline. 89 Sam Haynes, a big defensive end.
Well, the Rampage scoring any way they can tonight. And
snap bobbled to Cipriano with it off the turf.
Was that a must snap or was that a fake field goal?
Looked like a must snap. I can't imagine they would
try
to fake it and just go for the 2-point conversion.
I was going to say they're getting a little greedy too.
Cipriano, I think, maybe second guessing the decision to pick that ball up and run with it. And so, since the extra point is no good, the score now remains the Texas Rampage 41 and the Mesquite Falcons nothing. And still 8:05 to go in the first half. So the onslaught not over, I have a feeling. I wonder if the NMLF, National Minor League Football, has a slaughter rule.
I'm not sure about that. I could, I'd have to say we're probably past it by now. But just about to ask you, what do you say to your team in the locker room when you're down 41-0 at the half to get them pumped up for the second half? You know, and I hate to make a joke about this because the Mesquite Falcons are a good team. It's just they are really outmatched with this Texas Rampage team.
Well, I would not want to be a fly on the wall there in the Mesquite dressing room. Kick taken by Mayfield. Herb Mayfield running around for a while. Slung down.
Well, Ron Brown getting a couple of extra punches in there.
So the Mesquite Falcons will try again, this time from their own 27-yard line. It will start there, 1st and 10 with 7:58 to go until the first half. You know, we mentioned the drill team from the Colony High School here. They've been here through pretty much most of the game. They're going to perform at halftime.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they have a lot of clothes on, but it's still pretty cool out there, and they're sitting through this game. They're going to wait and perform at halftime. But you got to sympathize with them for sitting through this cold, and the rest of these fans also for sitting through the
yeah,
weather.
You have to sympathize through them for sitting through this in more ways than one, I suppose. 7:50 to go. Not much doing there on first down for Jermaine Jordan. I was mentioning about the halftime entertainment there and the drill team from the Colony. They're sitting through this, as you mentioned there, Brian, for the first half. Can't imagine they would stick around for the second half.
No, I don't think they're. Number one, I don't think they're going to stick around to see who won this game. And number two, it's pretty cold out there.
I kind of can't help but wonder if the exodus will be on once they perform and leave. With the score being 41-0.
Right.
A close game, I wouldn't wonder about that, but we shall see. Pitch going far sideline, Darrell Warren. Warren breaks free over the middle. And that was a nifty gain.
Well, I think that was a design. At first, I think it was a design flea flicker, but he saw a hole because it looked like he dropped back at first to pass the ball.
And it was number 11, James Foster, with what I dare say was a touchdown-saving tackle.
Darrell Warren says, let's get this game going now. He's ready to play.
That play worked so well, you wonder why you didn't see it earlier from Mesquite.
That's true.
Maybe we'll see more of it here.
And there have been a select few plays that have been working for Mesquite every now and then, but you know you can only do them a couple of times before the Rampage catch on, as I said right there. Well, Mesquite Falcons looking for just about any call they can get at this point.
Yeah, that was Rudy Benson arguing his case, and quarterback Jacques March had words for the official too. James Foster just came through and absolutely leveled March. even after he had already handed off the ball on March, and his teammates did not take kindly to that. Pickup of 1 on the play brings up 2nd down and 9.
Well, nothing going there. We got another hurt Falcon on the play. Looks like Alexander Ovals is down. And he looks like he's in severe pain. And this just isn't something you want to see in an exhibition game like this. You know, people getting hurt like this, and it really is no need for it. And I don't know if the Mesquite Falcons are going to walk out of this game with a full team or not. The Rampage coach is talking it over. I think they're talking about where they're going to eat afterwards.
That's head coach James Eisenberger. It was on the left.
Alexander up on his feet, being helped off very gingerly, though. Can't even put weight on it at all. So that does not look good for the Falcons.
Well, we made the comment sort of jokingly just a moment ago about there being a slaughter rule, and would this game be called early? If I'm the head coach of the Mesquite Falcons, I would have to say at the half, this has got to be it. This is only an exhibition. We don't really have much to gain by playing this Texas Rampage team that is bound for the postseason in its league. We've already we didn't have many guys here to begin with,
right?
And we're getting them banged up. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly will happen. Texas Rampage, just within the last week or so, have notched 2 victories by way of the forfeit. I don't know if you can forfeit half a game. Here's an end around coming near side. Looks like Benson. Benson hauled down by number 7 Marcus Compton and friends.
Benson's got quick feet getting around, juking out some players. But that was an end around that really, with the speed, you can't run an end around against this Texas Rampage team with the speed that they've got on their defensive line and linebackers.
A 4th and 6 play coming up for Mesquite. Brett Bankston lined up in punt formation again. 4:05 to go, still in the first half. It's 41-0 Texas Rampage. They're in the white uniforms.
This is just incredible.
Scooped up by Ike Jackson. Penalty marker on the play. Number 21, Jimmy Hooker, was calling for the fair catch. Went right through his hands and picked off the AstroTurf by Jackson. And Jackson with a nifty bit of maneuvering there. But a penalty on the play, and I think this nice return is coming back. And when the ball was in the air, I was about to say, I wonder if Jason Smith would go for the hat trick.
I was going to say that too, actually.
Some type of illegal block against the Texas Rampage. One of their few miscues tonight.